Good morning, guys. It's coffee chit chat time. I didn't expect to make this video, but I just wanted to share an experience that I had at Valley of the Gods. Very odd. I still can't figure it out. But anyways, I was there. It was an amazing place. Loved it. I would probably stay there longer if the cell reception was better. But honestly, if you plan to go there, just plan to just be off-grid while you're there and just not have any reception. I mean, unless you have, Starlink or something. But I was there for a few days, and which I think 3 days is about my max that I could be without reception. So you're not able to really make any calls, texts, watch YouTube, do anything really. So 3 days is like, by then I need connection. So anyways, right when you go into the park, there's kind of like a large landing, and that's where kind of like a lot of people will park. It's almost like a community spot, so it's not really a designated space for like one person. It's just a kind of a safe, large place, so when I went in, I thought, okay, if worst comes to worst, I'll just park there, but I wanted to go deeper into the park and just get a camping spot that was just amazing and that I could stay there for a few days. So I went further, found an amazing place, and it was small enough to where no one else was going to pull in, large enough to where I had, just space to, be comfortable. Anyways, so one night, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just woke up just like that, just immediately, just wide awake, which is not uncommon for me. But what was weird was that like within a minute of me waking up, I heard footsteps towards the back of my rig, like heavy, slow footsteps. And so I thought, okay, that's either a person walking around my rig, and I'm not near anyone. I mean, I could see my neighbors, but they'd have to trek to get to my rig. So I thought, it's not just like, I have a neighbor next door and he's walking around. So I thought, okay, that's either a person that's kind of snooping around, or it's an animal, like a cow, because it was heavy. And so I just sat here and I listened, and I thought, okay, just, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just be very still, very quiet, and I will listen, because a lot of times I need to assess like what's going on. I don't go into panic mode or anything. I just stay calm and just try to figure it out first. Plus, if they try to get in here, they're going to make a lot of noise. I'm going to have time, I'm going to have time to do what I need to do. So anyways, it would walk. It was towards the back, and it would walk, and then it would stop, and then it would kind of walk, and then it would stop. And I thought, okay, I need to see what's out there. But, you don't want to turn on lights inside. And you can't shine a flashlight out the window, because it just basically, just shines right back at you. So I turned on my awning light, which is like a blue strip of light. And I turn it on, and I don't see anything on this side. But the other side is totally dark, and I can't see anything out there, and I feel like it's back behind me. It's just the weirdest feeling, just knowing something's out there but you don't know what it is. And so I grab my weapon and I'm just prepared. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna be prepared, and I get everything ready just in case I need to drive off. And luckily that night I didn't take out my slides. I was like ready to go. So that was one night that I just stayed, closed up, cocooned up. And so I was prepared to drive if I needed to. Excuse me. So yeah, and then what was weird is that a rig came down the road at the perfect time. Like, who drives at 3:30 in the morning through the Valley of Gods, And I thought, oh my goodness, that is like perfect timing, because when they drove by, their lights shined around my camp, and I could look outside to see if I could see anything, which there was nothing out there. So as soon as it got dark again, I can kind of hear it like moving away. And I thought that's either a person like kind of like trying to slowly, you know, sneak away, or it's a cow. Because I had gone hiking and I saw cow patties, so I knew there were cows around there. But yeah, I don't know what it was. I decided to leave. I decided to just pack up and just drive and go to that first landing at the beginning of the park, because I thought, you know, I could either sit here and just continuously be worried and listen, or I could just go get some sleep, you know. And I remember praying, just saying, God, okay, if that's something that I'm in danger of, like, make my, you know, make me have like adrenaline and get like in fight mode, you know, or flight mode. And if not, if I'm safe, then just give me peace about this. If I don't need to be worried. And I just had this peace over me. And so I was calm. I was feeling at peace. You know, of course you're on high alert, but I still had calmness. I just was like not worried. But I made the choice still. Excuse me. I'm going through some allergies right now, which I've never had before. But yeah, so I took, and I never take anything, but I did take an allergy little pill, because there's a lot of stuff in the air. So anyways, yeah, so I got on my rig and I drove to that one, you know, front landing, and stayed there for the night. So then the next morning I decided to go back to that spot to see if I could see any like footprints, like animal footprints, people footprints, anything. But there weren't any. Like, the dirt was like pretty fresh to where when I walked on it I could see my footprints, but I couldn't see anything else. It was the oddest thing. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going crazy. I know I heard something. I know for a fact there was something out there. So I don't know. It's so weird. But yeah, I still had an amazing time there. And I have moved on to another destination. And you guys will see in my next video that I'm not traveling alone. So you will see what has transpired. And I would just leave it at that. Yeah. So anyways, be blessed, guys. Have a great week. And I will see you guys in the next video.